All right. Yeah. I tell you, I've expressed my frustration numerous times about this situation I'm in, this total lack of desire to do anything for a while now. It's been about 2 months of not wanting to do any of it. Okay. Just totally exhausted with the whole thing. Um, no desire to lift weights. And hell, I remember back when I was younger, and it isn't just being old. Okay, I still got it in me, but I can't find it anymore. The whole thing with my mom and dad, that was something that I knew was coming, and I just was like, oh, fuck me. I knew it was going to be a complete mess, and it is a complete mess. And I tell you what, man, I am just working. And I'm not, here's the thing. I don't want anybody to express any, hey man, I'm sorry about that and all that. I want to thank people for going, hey, I get it and all that. Thank you for all those people and stuff. But I just gotta talk about it. I gotta I mean, we went to the lawyer. That kind of turned out okay. But I haven't heard anything from it because we gotta wait for this fucking paperwork from the government. Because the government got to have their goddamn fingers in everything because the people just keep voting for these fuckers and making them think that they're viable. They're not viable. Get that through your head. If you're not angry, then you have no clue what's been going on. You have no clue about the agenda, the reality. Not what you were taught, not what your friends tell you. I mean, years ago, okay, I quit watching sports ball. I quit watching football. And that was a journey that started, I'm going to say it was right after, okay, Braveheart, I think the movie Braveheart came out in 1995. Uh, and I loved that movie. I mean, I bought into all that fantasy. I bought into the narrative back then. But there was something in me that was like, I really like to know the truth of this shit. I like to know what really happened. And then I found out what really happened. And I never watched Braveheart since. Fuck that movie. Yeah, fuck that damn bullshit. And I'm going to talk Mel Gibson. He's coming out with the Passion 2. Okay, whatever. I mean, here's the thing. My search for truth has led me in 2020 out of Christianity. Okay. Now I know there are Christians that probably watch this and they're, wow, you know what? Shut up. You're going to your little church. You're listening to the same shit year after year after year after year after year after year. He's coming back. He's coming back. He's coming back. As he left, he's going to come back. Well, he went up and he's going to come back on a white horse. Right. Sure. That's going to happen. Because back then, the people believed that, their gods lived up there. Okay. I mean, the Greeks and the Romans believed that, I know the Greeks believed that their gods lived on Mount Olympus. I don't know if the Romans believed that. I don't know much about that. I know that theirs were Jupiter and Mars and stuff like that, but they believed that their gods lived up there. And the majority was illiterate. Okay. The minority, which was the scholars in the ruling class, they know how to read and write. So you write down shit. You tell these idiots over here, blah, 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 blah. And they're like, hmm. And you're going to go to hell if you don't believe it. And this hell's real. Now, do you have pictures? Do you have video? Is there video? The screen? Could we see that fucking place? But anyway, no, truth. You know, and here I am, it's, what do we got? Well, we got inheritance tax. Okay. And we got capital gains tax when they sell the house and property because the government needs your fucking money. The government, it needs your fucking money. What else tax? Income tax. Okay, now the fact that I am joint owner on my mother's accounts means that all I'm going to have to pay is a tax on interest when it's tax time. Interest. Uh, interest, 3.55%. That's a lot of interest. How about if I take a loan out? Well, that's going to be like about around 18 to 20% or more. Right. So if say it's 18%, 3.55. So that's 14 point what? 45% more when you're getting paid back. Go fuck yourself. I have little credit. Very little credit. Everything is paid off. Last year I ran into a situation which I knew was coming. Okay, I needed a truck, I needed a new riding mower, and then when I got the truck, I need to get a $4,000 uh, transmission rebuild. So I spent a total of it was around $19,000. And boy, did that take that checking account. That's it. I have a checking account, and now I have two checking accounts and a money market and four CDs, but I got half of that. I will get half of that. So I have more fiat currency. Okay, more money. I got these numbers that I can read off of this. Let's see. Okay, yeah, it's like, oh well, I have more numbers here than say that guy out on the street living in a box. But guess what? None of that's worth anything unless it's change, and even our change has been watered down to where it's not silver. It's nickel and whatever the fuck copper. But yeah, I tell you what, I was yesterday was a bad yesterday started out pretty good. I'm gonna say I was really optimistic yesterday. I was like, okay, it seems like everything's going good. And then uh I tell you what, there's shit that happens in my life that is totally fucked up to where it's like when something good starts to happen, all of a sudden something bad comes in and just and I can't take a baseball bat and just smack somebody in the mouth. I mean, it's like, well, you do to me, that's natural law. But in the afternoon, for some reason, I hit a point where the allergies are messing with me. I've got exhausted, tired feeling, but I have a kind of energy, yeah, there's a bad energy. I call it tweaker energy. That's what it feels like. It's kind of like you get the kind of energy to where you're like, what the fuck are you looking at? You're looking at me? Is that what it is? Cutting people off in traffic, giving them the finger, getting out of your car with a little billy club. Yeah, that kind of energy. It's like, God, I'm just irritable at everything. There's a car on the road that passed me, and I get irritated. I'm like, what the fuck? It's weird how that works because you're like, it's like, okay. It's like, all right. And then that job, 10 hours a day, that just wastes you. And this morning I got up. Well, when I came home, I just felt like shit. And I thought, I don't know, man. This don't seem to be. It's like, good Lord, man. In the morning, I'm like, yeah, I'm going to do squat, I'm going to do deadlift, and I'm going to do military press. When I came home from work, I'm like, God, I don't even know what the fuck I'm going to be doing tomorrow. And then I got up in the morning and I'm like, Jesus Christ. I took the pill and I could feel it working, but it wasn't working the way I wanted it to work. Because it's like this part of it's down here, it seemed to be like okay, but up here, it's almost like it went, and I'm like, are you kidding me? So you don't affect my brain, but you affect the rest of me to some point, and it was just no go. There was no go. Nothing. I mean, it's that bad. I went down to help my sister with the house. I really didn't do anything. I didn't do nothing. She's working. She got stuff done. I can tell you what, man. There was a drawer that my mom had. They got the safety pins, they got the paper clips, they got the pens, they got the tape, they got all that. And when I looked at that the first time, I'm like, fuck that. Man, she got that cleaned up nice, man. She got stuff in one box and put it all in. And I'm like, good God. I'm going to have to apologize to her about that. I know she's going to be like, don't worry about it. But I tell you, man, it was just like, and here's the thing all my life, most times with me working and all the work I have, I just felt like, and I'm at that point where now where it's like, I ain't even gonna ask for fucking forgiveness. I'm not gonna say I'm sorry. I don't give a fuck who don't like it. You can call me lazy. You can call me a bitch. You can call me all that. Okay? I've been lazy and I've been a bitch. And if that's what some people, and I know there are people on here that are going to be like, "Fuck no, man, I ain't going to call you that." That's fine, great, thank you. But there are other people that, for some reason, it's like, "Oh, you're a bitch too? Yeah, you're a bitch." Because they're a bitch. Okay, Roger Mosley is a bitch. Roger Mosley is a cancer. He's one of them people that has, I don't know, they don't have no viability. I decided to get beer. I didn't have beer for like 3 or 4 days. I'm like, okay, I want to see how that works. Well, the strange thing is, I did not feel any different. I'm like, okay, so I haven't drank a beer or two when I come home, and I don't feel any different when I wake up. I don't feel any different during the day. I don't feel any different than when I do drink a beer or two. It's like, what the fuck? It's like my body just decided to go into, I don't know. I feel like shit mode. Just so I'm gonna really have to figure out what I want to do, where I want to go. I mean, the 10-hour days are there people that are leaving? Unfortunately, the right people ain't leaving. See, people like me and people like that should go. But we've got homes, we got property, we got to pay tax. My tax bill's coming up. That's going to be 45, 46, 4,700 bucks. I got $3,000 worth of coal coming in fucking June. My God, right there is over $7,000. I mean, it that's exhausting. Paying my mom's bills, hoping, hoping we have enough, hoping that the house sells and we get enough for that house. And I'm getting tired of people going, well, you'll probably get this for. Shut the fuck up. I hate that. I just hate that when people go, well, this will happen and that'll happen. It's like, when did you become a prophet? Just shut the fuck up. You know nothing. You hope, you think, and then when it don't, well, okay, well, you got something for it. Shut up. I'll build a trebuchet and I'll catapult your ass over into the fucking dam in the fucking project. That's what the hell I'll do. And just before I hit the thing, I'll go, would you like to make any predictions? Jackass. We're playing a game with our my mom's trash collection. We have their trash can, and they of course want the trash can back. So they told us you got to put it out. So we finally got it put out the day, I forget when. Oh, last Friday when we came home. We forgot in the morning, and when we came home, it was like a little before 12, and I put it out. Sure enough, no one picked it up. Then my sister called them. Well, put it by one of your buildings, and then we'll pick it up. So I put it by the damn building, and they didn't pick it up. So I told my sister, tell them, listen, tell us what day that you want to pick it up, and I'm going to put it down by the road because I don't want to put it down by my mom's driveway and have some yahoo come along in the night, and the next thing it ends up at the top of the mountain over there. And you know how that is with people. They're driving around, these kids. It's like, hey, there's a trash can. Let's put the trash can on the fucking top of the mountain. And I go out and I go, oh, the trash company picked it up. And the trash company calls and goes, where the fuck was the trash can? I'm like, is it on the top of the mountain? is that is that where it is? And I go up and sure enough, there it is. It's probably going to be at the top of the fucking tree. They probably got logger gear and they got those spikes that they can climb the tree. Yeah, yeah. Lugging the fucking trash. Boom. Fuck me. I mean, fuck me. Conway's Irish Stout. Okay, and it got the Irish flag on it, but it's a product of the USA. When I saw it, I got it and I'm like, wow, hey. And then I look product of the USA and I'm like, this ain't from Ireland. It kind of tastes like how you smell when you smell cigarettes. That's 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 how it tastes. It's like what are you drinking there? Apparently liquid cigarettes. That's what that's what I'm drinking. Yeah. Yeah. So I don't want to do this. I tell you, when I started this channel, I never had really expectations. I wasn't like, well, I hope I get this many subscribers and blah blah blah. But I was hoping I could continue and not have to take these fucking breaks. Now, whenever I feel like lifting weights, I'm going to lift weights. And I think if I take a layoff, hopefully, eventually, it's going to go okay, man. Let's go down there and let's fucking hit it. Because just going through the motions. The lifting weights have become like I'm going to work and I'm just putting in time and I'm going through the motions and I got to do my job. It's become that with everything going on. That's why I hope the fucking lawyer gets to me and we can get the auctioneer and we can get this thing sold this year. Then things hopefully can go back to normal, unless, of course, I get an asshole neighbor and I'm burning trash. And the asshole neighbor goes, "Well, you know, we never burn trash in town." And I'll be like, "And you probably never had cinder blocks tied to you and you were thrown in a lake, right?" That never happened before either, yeah. It's like, "All right, officer, well, I'll put my hands behind my back." Because that's what you have, too. You got these pansy ass bitches who are like, and I'm hoping that don't happen. I'd rather have a Mennonite or an Amish because they're pretty much like, whatever. I mean, you might have, the random Mennonite or Amish that gets all bent out of shape over shit, but a lot of them are just kind of like, whatever. I might even be able to rent, if I get one of them, they like planting gardens. So I might be able to rent some of my space to that Amish or Mennonite. I'm thinking about that. And I don't know. I don't know if I have an entrepreneurial mindset, but uh, I was thinking about that, and not a lot. I wouldn't do a lot. I'd say maybe $50 a month. I'm not greedy that way. There are people out there like, well, I do it like 100. Shut up. He's your neighbor. If you rent out space, try to do it and have some respect and show respect for them. Because if you're like, well, I like $100 or $200 a month for a fucking what little plot, he's going to go, what a dick, and then you're going to find, you know, things happening that you don't want to happen. Uh, yeah, I don't really know what I want to say. I know I got a weed whack, and I don't know, what today it's 48 degrees, you know, 95 on Monday, 93 on Tuesday, 88 on Wednesday, and it's fucking 48 degrees today. Okay? Have any of you heard birds singing at night? Yeah, birds singing. You wake up at 11 o'clock and it's like, what the fuck? The bird's singing like the sun's rising. You know? I can't even fucking whistle. My ears shut. It's like, what the fuck? A bird singing? What is it? Like, you look at the clock and you're like, is it actually daytime and I think it's nighttime? Am I blind? Yeah. So tomorrow, what is it? What is it going to be? Let's see. All right. All right. It's supposed to be 77 on Memorial Day. It's going to be, the low is going to be 55. So, okay. That ain't bad coming out at 55. I'm going to have to go out early in the day. I would love to get out at around maybe 6 o'clock and try to get the areas that are near the road. I'm not going to do every damn thing. But you get the areas that are near the road. That way, when the township decides to drive around and complain about shit, that they don't, uh, that they go, well, he got that, because it's shit down in the yard. I can get that when I have off in June. Yeah, so I guess today I'm just gonna drink a little more beer. I mean, I had a six pack of this. Yeah. Yeah, got that cigarette you know, fla- flavor if you're into that. Uh, yeah. Um, I don't really know what I want to talk. Uh, oh, I saw I saw when I got gas, you know, that there's a difference from last week to this week. Okay. And you know what that difference is? One fucking cent. I thought they got rid of the penny. If you got rid of the penny, shouldn't it be like 5 cents? Shouldn't it go from 450 to 445? Well, the government didn't get rid of the penny, did it? Well, the oil companies, yeah. Okay, let's just blame them. I mean, I do blame them. You know, yeah. I don't know. I think that's about it. Yeah. That's the thing about, males. Men are not supposed to complain, they're not supposed to bitch, they're not supposed to do anything like that. And when they do, people are like, "Yeah, I don't agree with that. I think you need to do it in a good way. I don't think you need to be sitting there online going, you ought to control yourself and you ought to, just say, listen, it sucks. Life sucks right now. I need to take a break. I'm a human being. Yeah, I mean, believe me, I'd love to be a machine. I mean, I remember back in the day when I would work myself to a point when I was younger, I'd work myself to a point where around fucking July, I would start to burn out bad. And by August, I wouldn't be lifting weights at all. At all. So that there isn't an option anymore. Got my mom's watches here. I guess we'll get rid of these. You know, they don't have much of that shit that's worth anything, but yeah. So, I mean, I'm not saying that this is the best option, but it got, and that's the thing. Uh, Before this, like weeks before this, I would drink a couple of these if I didn't feel like doing anything, and boom, I felt like doing something, and I went out and I did it. And that ain't good. That ain't good either. And I knew it. It's kind of like, let's see, was it last? Yeah, it was last weekend. Last weekend, I had the Saturday workout, and then I decided to work out on Sunday. Now, I didn't drink any beer on Sunday, okay? And I decided to do that bench press workout, and I thought, I don't think this is going to work out good. And it didn't. Boy, I tell you what, Monday, holy fuck. Monday and Tuesday were like fucking, I mean, God, Monday was the worst, but Tuesday was right up there with it. I felt like fucking shit. And I was like, and I'm thinking to myself, I dealt with a lot of shit in my childhood, a lot of mental and emotional trauma. And it turned, and here's the thing if you dealt with shit like that, you become self abusive to yourself. So when I have good ideas like that, they're not good ideas. They're bad ideas. And they always ended up bad for me. It always ended up fucking me, and I felt worse. And that, I think, led to me really just the rest of the week. I didn't have any desire to do anything. I did it, I got it done, but it was like, just, you gotta push through. And then finally, I think Friday, my body was like, we need sleep. We need rest. That's what you need. You need rest, Dave. And I went in and I sat in the toilet for like fucking 15 fucking minutes, which I rarely ever do. I rarely do that. I'm out there grinding, 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 keeping my rate, keeping the time. Cause I need to do is I need to work ahead at least 2 hours. Okay. And the reason why is because you'll have these people that suddenly forget that you're around and they need to bring you work. And you'll be waiting 15 fucking minutes. That's 15 fucking minutes of what I busted my fucking ass for. And now because those people set this whole system up, you fucked me out of that 15 minutes. So I was up about 3 hours. And because of that, and then having to get ready and change shit around, that destroyed half a fucking hour out of what I did. You know, that's the equivalent to you're in the old west and you're playing cards and you've realized somebody's cheating and you get up and you shoot them. That's how I see it. I don't know. Maybe that'll mess with the algorithm. Apparently, there are people on YouTube that are losing their accounts for nothing more than the AI algorithm decides to shut them down. And that's not everybody. Okay, it ain't those fucking people that are part of the system. It's people that are not. A woman uh, was making crafts online, and she started the account and got fucking everything got hacked. Yeah, yeah. It's all I've been feeling like doing today. It's just laying down and going to sleep. And I thought I'm not going to do that. I do that in the morning after I work out. I'll eat and then I'll go lay down. And I tell you what, waking up this week was the worst. Last week was bad, but this week was the worst. I woke up and I just felt fucking just ah. And I'm like, you got kidding me. And calling off, I've had days off now. I've had to take days off. So calling off isn't an option. Like I said, I think I don't know when the fuck it is. I have oh, there it is. In my mess. Okay. June, I have the 11th, the 12th, and the 15th off. So That's going to be a week and a half. Uh, so we'll see how things go then. Let's see. What else do I have? I have the whole week of the 10th of August. I have 2 extra days in September. So that's the thing. I hope I hope all this shit moves so I can figure out what days. Because if they fuck around, I hope they don't fuck around till September, you know. But all right, 35 minutes going on 36. Like I said, it's gonna happen when it happens. I don't want to do this, I mean, I've got people that are subscribed and watch and all that, and I do feel kind of obligated uh to do it, but it's also I think people ought to realize that, and I need to realize this too. I am starting to get more aware of the fact that I'm not a machine. I tell you, I can be a machine, but this past year has proved what I already knew. you know, that I'm not a machine. Which irritates me. It really irritates me because I want to be that machine. I want to get myself in better shape because I am out of shape. I've lost weight, but I got fat on me. I brain fog all the time. It's just not good, you know. I feel like letting this grow. I don't feel like shaving. Just grow down. A Rip Van Winkle beard. Well, I've yapped now for 37 fucking minutes. So I'm gonna shut the fuck up. I'm gonna put this up on YouTube, and if you want to watch the whole thing, great. I mean, of course, by now, if you watch the whole thing, you watch the whole thing. So I should have said that in the beginning, but anyway, like I said, I'll see you when I see you. So have a good one.